Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to more Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2 for the SNES. In the last episode, we beat Crazy Kremland. This episode, we're going to beat Gloomy Gulch. The entirety of the level. First level, Ghostly Grove. Don't remember this level entirely. Is this the level with the wind? Might be. Oh, it's the ropes. Yeah, this one, I actually like this one a lot. The gimmick to this level are these little ghostly ropes that show up in the middle of the air. Whoa. And you have to wait for them to appear and then use them to progress in the level. And obviously if they disappear, then you die. This is very appropriate too, considering it's October and I don't have any like horror games going on Let's Play wise, so I mean this whole world is really creepy in a way. You'll see this isn't even close to like scary for this level either. You'll definitely see there's a certain level coming up. I think it might be right after this one. Maybe. Here's a secret. Find the token. There's a super duper creepy level coming up, which is one I thought it's actually a rail level, which is the level I thought was going to be in the last level, or last world, but it wasn't. There we go. But it turns out it was so creepy they saved it for this world. I mean, not to spoil anything, but whoa! The boss for this level is a freaking ghost. Actually, of a boss we already killed, ironically enough. So I was sitting here, as you can well imagine, there have been a lot of shows on recently about, you know, scary stuff because it's October, whatever. And one of the Saw movies was on Sci-Fi just a little bit ago. And this bonus is hard to get to. There we go. One of the Saw movies was on. It was Saw 5, and it was making me think about how the Saw movie started out to be a really good franchise, and then they just slowly declined into like totally sucking. Because I thought this would be appropriate to talk about considering it's October. I really liked the Saw series actually. They used to be my favorite, well, maybe not favorite, but definitely only horror franchise that I actually liked. And the first Saw movie, I'm not sure if I've actually talked about this before. I might have. Ouch. I might have before. But the Saw franchise, the first movie was just absolutely fantastic. I don't think anyone can argue the fact that the first Saw movie was great. You know, it had, not Morgan Freeman, Danny Glover, you know, and it was just, it felt like a really credible movie before they decided to make a million sequels and whore it out. And I think this is that level. I think it is. Haunted Hall, here we go. I think it is. Yep. Now watch how creepy this crap is. Watch this. I'll get back to my Saw rant here in a second. But this is the creepiest thing. There's like an evil, haunted skeleton chasing you. And I'm going to do my best not to take a hit here, because when you do take a hit, it's really creepy, like the noises he makes and crap. Here's a bonus. I mean, again, child's game, and I don't get it. Let's collect some stars. Yeah, the Saw movies, I thought this first Saw movie was absolutely fantastic because it was, I don't want to say legitimate. Nobody's actually done that before, but it was really credible in the sense of, you know, it makes you ask yourself, what would you do in that situation? For anyone who hasn't seen any of the Saw movies, and you like horror movies, I suggest you go see the first two. And I'll get to that here in a second. But the first Saw movie was basically about, I'm about to take a hit. Listen to him laugh. That's so creepy. The first Saw movie was about this guy who basically, well, let's see. It opens up, the beginning of the movie, it opens up with two guys in a room, just trapped in a room, and each of them are chained to opposite ends of the room. I gotta dodge all these negative barrels here. There we go. You can only hit one. Oh, I thought you could. What? You're telling me this cart can't kill a zinger? Okay, makes sense, right? The movie starts out with two guys in the same room, chained in the same room together on opposite sides, and they have to work together. They have no idea how they got there, and they have to work together to get out. Okay, simple enough. And I'm not sure if I should spoil it or not, but oh man, I'm struggling here. There we go. I won. Oh, I beat it. I'm not sure if I should spoil it here or not, but I guess I've actually explained the synopsis to people before. Oh, dang it, there was a DK corner there. I tried to jump over that and I missed. Gusty Glade. This is the one with the wind. I like this one. I like this. This is a really simple idea to a level. I really enjoy this concept. If I can get that, if I can get Diddy out of his burrow, it's DK barrel time. There we go. So, as the movie progresses, the first Saw movie, it gets to the point where, you know, they get smart about it, and they search their person, and they try to find things relating to how they got there. Because like I said, they have no idea how they got there. And eventually they get to the point where they find this bag full of pictures and whatever, and it turns out one of the characters, whose name is Lawrence Gordon, and he's a neurosurgeon, I believe. He's some sort of doctor. And the other guy is basically a bum, kind of. He's like a... Oh, screw that wind. He's like a photographer who was paid to take pictures of Dr. Gordon from some guy just randomly. He doesn't know why, but I mean, he's paying him cash to take pictures of him, so, you know, why not? And they go through the room. I love it because it's like one big puzzle. I love things that are like big puzzles. They go through the room and they have to progress, you know, trying to find a way to get out of there. And when they each wake up, they have like a tape, cassette tape on them, and they have to use that to figure out how to get out. And basically, one of the cassettes is Lawrence's cassette says that he can get out if he kills Adam. So he has to figure out how to do that, or more or less they have to figure out together how to get out of there, you know, as a team, alive. Oh god. Okay, good. Can I get a halfway point, please? Oh, I missed a... Oh, it's probably up there. There's a halfway point. There we go. Now I'm safe. So they eventually get to the point where... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Dr. Gordon, his wife and child, his daughter, are being held captive by whoever is holding them captive. So that's his motivation to get out of there. And what I was talking about when it comes to, you know, moral dilemma, like personal, where you can actually relate to it, and you're like, would you actually do that? It gets to the point in the movie where they find a cell phone in the room, and it only is programmed to receive calls, and whoever is doing this to them programs it to where his wife calls him, Dr. Gordon, and his daughter is in the background, you know, and the wife, being the smart person she is, uses the distraction of the phone call as an opportunity to... I got it. As an opportunity to attack the guy. Oh, Lord. Gotta wait till the wind stops here. So she attacks the guy, and the daughter's screaming in the background, you know, and everything's going off. And obviously Dr. Gordon can't, you know, see what's going on, so he starts freaking out, and he thinks that his daughter and his wife are being murdered. And the whole gimmick to the movie, the reason they call it Saw, is the fact that... Oh, I just missed a bonus there. I know I did. The whole gimmick to the movie is that at the very beginning they find these hacksaws in the room, and the chains that they're chained to are, you know, too big, too thick for the saws to work on them. So the implication is for them to cut their legs off, their feet off, so they can get out. So it gets to the point where he made the phone call, or the phone call was made, and he hears his daughter and his wife screaming, and he freaks out, and he goes into panic mode. And at this point, he's pretty much gone crazy due to everything that he's been told, while Adam is like still completely in his right state of mind. So Dr. Gordon has gone completely insane, and once he hears his wife and daughter screaming, he takes the hacksaw and snaps and cuts his foot off. And that's how he gets out. And that's the moral dilemma that I think... Is it over here? Yeah, it is over there. Ah, I got it. I've never gotten this bonus before. Hey, look at me. How can I get in there? Oh, there we go. Never gotten this bonus before. And if I were put in that situation to where I had to make that decision, I probably honestly would. Because he cut his leg off, or like cut it to the point where, you know, it would come off. And that was like the only gore in the movie. That's what I thought was so brilliant about that movie. That was one of my favorite parts, because, you know, whenever you see a horror movie, I'm not a big horror movie guy. And whenever you see a horror movie, it's all about the gore and, you know, the jump scares and all that. On this, on the other hand, was a psychological thriller, which I really, really liked, because it made you think and it made you question yourself. And the only gore in the movie really was when he started cutting his foot off, and, you know, the blood started to splatter up, you know, at him, and, you know, it eventually showed his foot after he did it. But the point is, that's the only gore they showed in the movie. You know, in other movies where they you know, they just overdo it to the point where it's disgusting. And I hate to admit that that's how the series ended up. I really hated that, because the sequel, Saw 2, I loved that one too, and I was actually really, really excited for it too, because I was like, holy crap, they set themselves up for a sequel. I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who are actually interested in seeing it. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go see the first one and the second one, because they're really good. Here we go. I've never gotten this one before either. Look at me. I'm doing things. So that one ends, and the second one, I almost love the second one even more, because they did what every successful sequel has ever done, you know, since inception. Basically, what they did is they took a successful idea and expanded on it. They took everything that worked, they took the few things that didn't work, you know, cut them out, and, you know, just made it better, and they expanded on an idea. The first movie was two people trapped in a room. Okay? The second movie was, I think, 6 or 7 people trapped in an entire house, and they each have their own room. And I'm like, this is freaking brilliant. I have no idea who came up with this, but this is absolutely fantastic. I love it. And I watched that movie, and I loved the second movie as well. I absolutely loved it. The whole gimmick to the whole... They call it Saw because there's a killer. His name is Jigsaw. And he doesn't, like, just kill people. He puts people in certain situations, moral situations, to, or maybe not moral, but physical, to where they, damn it, I died, to where they can either, you know, do something horrible to themselves and survive, or just die altogether. Like in the first movie, the gimmick was, there was like, I think 3 other rooms, basically, and damn it, I took a hit already. You can't flap with purple squawks, by the way. You just have to descend and hope you get it correct. In the first movie, one of the victims... I gotta go over there. Ah, there we go. One of the victims was stuck... She had like a helmet on, basically. They called it a reverse bear trap. And it was this thing that was... You know how a bear trap works. You put a bear puts its paw in it, or if you're stupid like the Jackass guys, you put your own hand in it, and it snaps shut on you, and it, you know, hurts you a lot. Well, this one snapped open, and there were these 2 pieces that were in this chick's mouth, and she had like 60 seconds to find the key and unlock it, or else it would, you know, snap outward like that, and, you know, obviously break her skull open, and she would die. So, son of a bitch, you know, and stuff. Eventually there's a bonus right there too. Son of a bitch. And what she had to do, she had to find the key, which was somewhere in the room that she was in. That's the same bee that got me last time. So she goes across the room and she finds this guy. He's unconscious on the ground, and she lifts up his shirt and there's a question mark painted on his stomach. So, and she's given like a scalpel or something, like a knife, a small knife. So she uses it and she cuts him open and she finds his guts. She finds the key in his guts and then, you know, pulls it off and she's safe. She's the only one that survived. There was another room where this guy was trapped and he was covered in this like flammable gel, and there were no lights, and all he had was one candle, and he had a poison in his system, and the antidote was inside of a safe. The combination of the safe was written on the wall, but the thing is that the entire room was like, the walls were covered in nothing but numbers, and he had to do his best. Can I put the barrels down? I can't put the barrels down. Look at me. Just in case I suffer another stupid casualty here. Here we go. And the barrel disappeared. Nice. Can I get back up there? I can't get back up. Give me this barrel. Nope, no bonus here. Damn it. So his body's covered in a flammable substance. He has to get out, and he eventually just ended up like screwing up with the candle and burning himself alive. You know. But I mean, again, that's a really neat concept. No other movie's ever done that before. And then there was another guy who was really fat, and he had to make his way through a room like full of barbed wire, and he had to get the key to unlock himself or something, and he ended up, you know, bleeding out. But it's still really neat. In the second one, they made it a trend to open up every movie with, you know, that kind of concept. The second movie, a hook, the hooks. The second movie opened up with a guy who had like it was like a Venus flytrap kind of helmet on his head, and it was full of spikes. I know I'm talking about this a lot, but I mean, it's Halloween time, so don't. I'm trying to kill time here, so don't think I'm focusing solely on this. I'm focusing on the game too. This, like, for example, this level has the spider in it. Ironically enough, there was a spider that crawled out from under my couch about 20 minutes ago, and I killed it even though I'm arachnophobic. But yeah, this guy had like a Venus flytrap helmet on, full of spikes, and he had to, the key to it was inside of his eyeball. And they gave him a scalpel, and they said, go to it, and you have like a certain amount of time, or you die. You know, it snaps on your head, and you're dead. And he could not muster the personal strength to take the key out of his eyeball, and he died. Now that's basically how that works. But the reason that the series got crappy is that you can tell they just, you know, hoard themselves out, sequel after sequel, and, you know, they could have ended it here or there, whatever, and they just never did. It's kind of like like I said, I'm not a horror movie guy, so I don't really know like the storylines for everything, but it's how I would suspect like the Nightmare on Elm Street or the Jason series or you know, whatever. Thankfully there's no wind in this level either. How those series all ended up panning out, you know, because there's like Nightmare on Elm Street 23, you know, I think they're still coming out with those movies in that series, you know. I mean, at least Saw ended at 7. If anybody ever wants to watch a Saw movie, I mean, me personally, I liked the first 2, and then after that it just kind of went downhill, but the first 2 are really good in my opinion. I couldn't tell you any other like horror movies I like. I know that there are certain thrillers. Like recently, I've been going to Walmart whenever I get my paycheck, and I'm a sucker for $5 movies. And I recently bought Shutter Island, as I mentioned in a previous video. And before that, like the few weeks before that, I went and got 1408, which is, I think, a really underestimated scary movie. It's based off of a Stephen King novel. It's about this guy. He's a writer, and it's his job to go to these haunted hotel rooms or, you know, places to stay, and he goes and stays in this room I just got an email on my phone. Jesus, that scared me. He goes and stays in these haunted hotel rooms, and then he eventually, you know, ends up writing about them. And, you know, he thinks all of them are BS until he gets his postcard to stay in one in New York. And it's really, really haunted, and he ends up getting trapped in it, and, you know, hilarity ensues. Did I just shoot a cannonball down with my spiderweb? I think I did. I love this, how you can just shoot up in the air randomly and most likely always hit something. Shutter Island is brilliant, too. If you haven't seen Shutter Island, it's not necessarily a scary movie, as it is just a suspenseful thriller, like with a huge twist at the end. Yeah, you're supposed to go. Yeah, you're supposed to. This is interesting. You're supposed to follow this cannonball back over here. This is what this arrow indicates. Usually these backwards arrows really confuse me, but in this situation, it's supposed to open up this door right here. Here we go. See, look at that. I almost thought I scrolled it off screen and made it disappear. That would have sucked. Here we go. So this, you just have to navigate. Did this say kill the enemies or get to the end? I didn't notice. I'm not paying attention. All you want to do is make sure here that you put your webs in the right area to where you don't... Yeah, just find the token. To where you don't touch the ground, but you don't hit the ceiling when you jump. And the bees aren't anything, you can just go right past them. Love the spider. I think he might be my favorite all-time animal buddy. Love it, love it. Oh crap. I did not open that web. Okay, go down. Thank you. This level's really fun too. If you feel out of practice with the spider, it'll definitely give you some notches under your belt. Honestly, I'm not. What balls? I'm not afraid of this spider. I think it might be because of his awesome smile, or just the fact that he has really cool tennis shoes. You know, how often do you see a spider wear Jordans? That would be awesome. Spider goes into a Radio Shack, a shoe locker, and he's like, "Okay, I need 4 pairs of Jordans." That would be awesome. That needs to be like a Robot Chicken sketch. Is this like the third? It's the rare symbol. You get it? You get it? No? All you kids out there? Got him. Look at that. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. Post a video response. No. Somebody actually did post a video response in one of my Luigi's Mansion videos. I was jokingly asking for one, and somebody actually posted one. I was like, yes, you were awesome. And there was a secret over there that I missed. DK coin is after the... Oh, I missed it. Damn it. It was after the single banana. I tried to get it. Give me some credit. I believe this was the last level, too. I believe I used up my entire scary movie speech. Yep, here it is. Creepy Crow. This here is a... It's the same as the first boss, except for a few changes. I mean, it's a little bit harder. You have to kill the real one. Oh, I missed him. Damn it. Do it again. Don't hurt me. Oh, don't hurt me. Yeah, he's a bit tougher. You have to dodge all the ghost ones. You can kill him if you want, and you might want to practice. There we go. You might want to practice jumping on them, because the timing is tricky because you're on a small platform. Other than that, though, I think this, yeah, I'll say, it eventually gets to the point where you go upward, and you have to start avoiding eggs. Yeah, look at this shit. Watch this. Ah, damn it. Yeah, that's where it gets tough. And I hear Diddy over here. There we go. Oh, they fall anywhere, too. Ah, that's great. All right. Second phase. Now they come like twice as fast, pretty much. But now they give you a larger platform to perform on. And you've been hit. You've been hit. Going up again. And this is just dumb. I hate this. This egg dodging bullcrap. But balls. But at least they hit you with one from each from each angle that you actually know where they're coming from. They go one, jump, Diddy, jump. There we go. They go one horizontally, one vertically. So now they come even faster. Hopefully. Oh, that last bird got, and I killed him too with the barrel. All right, here we go. Final stage. I actually focused that time, and I'm here with both Kongs. I figure I would cut out that little tidbit. There's a barrel. Oh, there's that one. And then where is he coming from? This way. Walk this way. Come here. You just have to stand there with a barrel. That's as easy. And he explodes. I love that. So he's like completely dead now. And Dixie's glitching. Look at her. Look what? Look at Dixie was dancing. We'll go with that. Okay, so on the next episode, we're going to beat the last full entire level, K. Rool's Keep. So until then, I'm Broken Champion. We're done here.